And we're going. This is Some Guy and John, minus John with Adam, and we're doing
Hello.
Assassin's fucking Creed. That movie was horrible.
It was god awful.
It was horrible.
It was terrible.
Let's
It was incredibly awful, and yet it was so bland and boring. I barely remember anything about it. It just like the whole thing just washes over you. Like a cool breeze.
There was so little plot, it's easy to remember, but there was so little plot, it's hard to remember, yeah. Right up front, I've never played the video game. Adam has.
I'm master of those games. And yeah, it is nothing like it. Those games are very plot heavy. There's always a story going on in the past, which there was in this one. Well,
okay.
let's go over the plot first.
Let's start with the basic sum up.
Yeah.
Basically, information from the trailer. People want to get at something, and they grab a guy off death row after he dies, and they put him in a Matrix-style jumpsuit thing to relive one of his ancestors' past through genetic memories to track down this thing. And yeah, that's the plot of the movie.
I think it's like being John Malkovich, right?
No, that was actually a good movie.
No, I mean...
That was a good movie.
No, the premise, the going back into... It's like being John Malkovich, where you go into their memories, so you see and feel what's happening to them, but you can't actually interact with the world at all.
No,
so.
John Malkovich, you occupied that person's body. You took control of them. You were the puppet
that's why it
master.
wasn't until the end. Okay, yes. It's not. It's the end of being John Malkovich. The surprise twist ending where. Yeah. We're not here to spoil the movie being John Malkovich. Yeah. That was a good movie. Go see it. I'm not going to spoil the amazing ending for anyone.
Yeah. But yeah. It's just...
Yeah, so
I'd say the non-spoiler review would be... It looked pretty. It had A-list actors. I have a feeling they all lost a bet or got blackmailed or something, because none of them read the script, or did they change the script as they shot it?
This has got to be some kind of a deal, because this is the exact same cast and director as the movie Macbeth.
Well, it's kind of like
which was a great movie, and it's like there's no problem with the acting in this movie. Like it's all the script.
I've watched some of the cutscene movies on YouTube and shit, fellow YouTubers, and yeah, not even close. It almost seems like they had a great cast, and as they made the movie, they kept going, let's put this in from the game. Let's put this in from the game. How about this one thing? How about that one thing? Oh, that'd be really cool if we did this. That'd be really cool if we did that. And they forgot to go, somebody forgot to go, hey, maybe we should have a story.
Yeah,
with
some kind of a story,
yeah.
They just completely forgot the story. And just didn't really give a fuck, it seems. I don't know if they knew they didn't have a story and didn't give a fuck, or just legitimately forgot the story.
I have no idea, because it was so bad. There's going to be a lot on the rewrite end of this.
So much on the end of the rewrite end. That's going to be enjoyed the podcast.
It was. There was so much potential for a really cool, kick-ass story in this fucking movie, and then you could see little parts of it here and there. Yeah, it was end of first. We got food on the podcast for the first time ever.
Because Adam forgot to eat beforehand.
Yeah, but it's okay. We're at a bar. We can do what we want. We're back at the Imperial again, as always.
Hooray!
Yeah, it's got good visuals. It's got excellent actors. The acting is, I will not say it's excellent.
Because it's not.
It's not excellent acting. It's excellent actors. Mm-hmm. But beyond that, I'm still wondering how they got him to sign on to it in the first place, because it was a train wreck.
Yeah, Michael Fassbender, I'm worried for his dentist, because he was grinding his teeth so much in this movie. Just everything he said was so good at teeth.
I'm angry about what's happened to me.
I don't want to go into the past.
Yeah.
I want to stay here.
Yeah. Oh man, it was. End of the non-spoilers. It was just bad. Mm-hmm. It's the kind of movie that you should definitely just start talking shit about while you're watching it, because you'll gain some enjoyment out of it. Mm-hmm. And I'm having to guess doubly so if you play the game, or is it just more disappointing if you play
this
the
is
game?
A great Mystery Science 3000 type movie. This is a great, just sit and make fun of it with your friends.
Yeah, with an A-list cast.
Oh yeah, amazing cast. Marianne Cotillard was great. Jeremy Irons was actually not that over the top. I mean, he was just evil enough. I thought he did it. He mumbled a little too much for me, I gotta say. Jeremy Irons, it was a great cast, but some of the performances were a little off. Jeremy Irons was definitely.
The device is like, okay, you probably have two old versions of it. They like to go to lunch. They like to, exactly. They don't want to go to, I think there's all the restaurants that work here.
So cut?
No, keep going.
Right.
So get into this one. Go through the plot. What little of it there was.
Okay, very little. Sorry about the incredibly long pause, folks. For those two of you that are still listening. Yeah, there really was no plot. A murderer on death row is saved at the last minute. He goes to the super secret organization. He's saved by Marion Cotillard, who is the queen of exposition. She just lays out for him, okay, you're going to go into this machine here, and you're going to go into the ancestry of your past, so you can go and find us a magical golden apple. Got it? You want to get the magical golden apple. Okay, folks, that's all the explanation you're going to get, and go. And then he goes into the past, and there's a lot of action. But nobody ever talks or says anything, or says who they are, or who they are, or where they are, or what the consequences of the fighting are. It's just a guy fighting, and it's awesome. It's really good. It's really good fight scenes. You just have no idea what the fuck's going on. There's a lot of running, and there's a lot of parkour, and there's a lot of sword fights and fights on top of horses, and fights in carriages, and lots of jumping off of things. So much jumping off of things. It is just a feast of jumping and jumping and jumping. And then they go back to the incredibly boring hospital Abstergo place, where you learn a little more about that place. But there's really nothing to it. It's an evil corporation. They want to find the apple because the apple can control all the people in the world. Okay, why is this? I don't know. They get into this in the video games, not in the movie at all.
Yes. Somebody was saying there's 20 or 30 hours of story in the video game.
Yeah.
They packed it into a 2-hour movie, and it's...
And nowhere near as much Abstergo. Abstergo is not even 10% of the game. You're playing Abstergo.
I mean, I could follow what was happening.
The majority of the movie was just this boring ass crap of them talking in Abstergo. It was fucking terrible.
I could follow what was happening, but I didn't care because it kind of didn't mean anything. It's like, oh, this great destiny. We're gonna hook you up to this giant fucking matrix belt that lets you float, and everybody can watch you reliving the past. That was cool. That looked cool, but I didn't care what was happening.
No, not at all.
Not at all. I mean, it was cool. The movie looks good, but they have this annoying habit of when he's reliving the past, cutting back and forth between him reliving the past and him in the machine.
Yeah.
So you're like, can we just pick a time period and stay in the past and watch that, or can we?
Apparently not.
Now?
No, they just want to keep you very confused, and it just kind of slogged on like that, and then it eventually ended with. Well, I guess we'll wait until spoiler territory of how it ends.
No, we're in spoilers now.
Oh, it's spoiler territory. Okay, there's a big riot. All of the. He's kept in a prison with all the other Assassin's Creeds, I guess.
Another thing, a thing that could have been interesting was you realize as they put these people in this thing to relive the genetic memories of their ancestors who were top-level assassins, that they acquire those skills over time the longer they're in the machine.
Yeah.
Animus? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Animus.
And the Animus.
Or as Marine Cotillard called it, the Animus.
Which sounds
really, really stupid.
Which sounds too close to that shit. That could have been really cool.
That would have
been really cool. Like if his character had switched and been all of a sudden like kind of where am I? Now I'm my ancient ancestor. I'm kind of both, or had something going on with that. But it was just so. It was just horrible, folks.
Yeah, it was just terrible.
If you love the game, you will, Adam.
Oh, you'll hate this.
You'll hate this.
I mean, there are things that remind you of the game. A lot of the action is like the action in the game, and they jump off of really tall things just like in the game. There's a lot of parkour just like in the game. They're wearing pretty much the same clothes. But that's like saying saying that Batman and Robin is a good movie because it reminds you of the Batman comics, which are really good. It doesn't translate, folks. That doesn't translate. It's nothing like the video game.
Oh God, it was just
like I was just at Excellent and they opened at Venice.
I'd say you should see it. I'd say you should see it as a matinee and just talk shit about it while you're watching it because it's just so horribly bad.
I say don't even wait for the matinee.
It could.
I say wait till it comes out on video. Then when you can watch it at home and you can get stoned and drunk and laugh at it with all your friends. If you see it in a theater, you won't be able to constantly shout at the screen and about how much it sucks, which you really need to be able to do.
Let's go through the whole. We're gonna try to make it through the whole thing for you now in spoilers. So it starts out with Michael Fassbender in the past, taking a vow to make sure the Templars never get the apple, because the apple has the genetic code to take away the free will of mankind.
One quick question though,
and it's supposed to be the apple from the Bible.
Oh, it is supposed to be the apple from the Bible.
That Satan gave to Eve so she could have free will. And then we jump to a little kid trying to do some dangerous, stunty stuff on his bicycle, and he eats shit, which was actually kind of funny. But if you're paying attention, you realize if he would have made it, he would have ate shit way harder because he was 2 stories up. And he comes home to his dad having killed his mother, runs for his life, and cut to him getting executed.
Yeah, it's
straight up just cut to him getting executed. What?
No clue of how he got there, what crime he committed.
Know what his life was.
We never know if this guy is actually just was wrongfully accused.
Yeah.
Or is he just a psycho? Is he just a serial killer?
Yeah.
Maybe did he chop up 14 families?
Yeah.
14 families? Or is he convicted of a crime he didn't commit? We have no fucking clue.
Folks, it literally goes from he's a little kid running away from all the people who've come to collect his father or try to collect him to he's getting executed.
What the fuck?
One scene to the next, and then he wakes up and he's with I don't remember anybody's name from this movie. Marion Cotillard. He's with Marion Cotillard.
Marion Cotillard.
Marion Cotillard explaining to him what's going to happen and how he can do this, and this is what's going to happen. We're going to extract the memories, the genetic memories of your ancestor, because we're looking for something, and we're gonna make the world a better place. We're gonna make the world safe from violence by controlling people's will. Once we find this. Strap him in, load him up. This is really kind of cool. This is kind of interesting. They do the big sci-fi matrix, all this shit, and project all this shit around him, so you can watch what's going on. And this is where the flashing back and forth between the present and the past just fucks up everything entirely.
Oh yeah,
because it's cool to see him in the belt and do that shit, and it's cool to see what he's actually remembering. But they don't happen. They flash back and forth so much.
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
Somebody had to show off their new CGI toy with Michael Fassbender in it instead of just letting the action play.
Yeah, because it would have been too boring to just have just be like the Matrix, where they just plug something into his head.
Yeah.
So they put like a weird puppet thing on him, and he's actually jumping around and doing all the stuff that the assassin is doing as this is going on. But they only show that when he's like climbing or doing parkour and something. When he's just like standing around and fighting.
When they
he's just he's like standing around. They never cut back to that. Or when he's just like riding a horse, that would look really stupid. Just see Michael Fassbender mime riding a horse.
What they basically do is what you.
I want to see that.
What they basically do for filmmakers out there, they establish something, and then they keep cutting back and forth between it instead of just letting it go.
Yeah.
They don't let it go one way or the other. Like, okay, we've established that he's actually physically doing everything his memories are invoking him to do. We've established that. We get that. But instead of just letting it go and sticking with the present while he's in the brig or in the past, they keep cutting back and forth as if that's supposed to make it more dramatic. No, it just makes it more annoying because when they cut back to the present, all you see is him and you don't know what's going on around him.
You have no fucking clue.
You have no clue. Then they jump back and you're like, oh, okay, I guess some other stuff happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, oh my God. So he's in there once. He comes out, he's disoriented. Doesn't know what's going on.
was a weird thing.
Jeremy Irons, the obvious villain, talks about the work they're going to do and how he has to volunteer to go back in there. He meets some of the other people that have been there, and this is where it should have taken a turn.
And we meet Michael K. Williams, and again, cannot remember what the fuck his character's name was.
Mine?
I just know it's Michael K. Williams.
Is that his father?
No, that's Michael K. Williams from The Wire. He's Omar.
The black guy.
Yeah, black guy.
Okay, I never
See,
watched The Wire.
I'm not racist, okay? So I wouldn't just call him the black guy because I know his resume. Yeah, that guy's right. You are racist.
No, I'm not. That's my only description of him.
Trust me, folks.
He's the only black guy there.
Yeah,
and I don't know who Michael K. Williams is.
I know, I'm fucking with you.
You would have had to say at some point the black guy.
Yeah,
from
pretty
The Wire,
much.
And I would have
Okay.
said I never watched The Wire.
Touche.
Anyways. Fine. And he talks about how who are you becoming? Who are you? Which would have been a really good plot thread that at some point the memories from the past intrude on the present. He has a split personality. He's two different people. But that never fucking happens.
That would have been interesting because they have like implications like that. Like Michael K. Williams, he says like, my name is so and so, and I'm 900 years old.
Yeah,
like you could tell he is completely bonded with his past persona. Yeah. But they never really delve into that any more than just like a couple lines.
Yeah,
there's so many rewrites in this movie. You can just feel like.
Do you want to just skip to the rewrite and just write the better movie? Because it's
yeah.
There's literally so much nothing going on in this movie except for that would look really cool if you just let the scene play out. Fuck.
Yeah, there's no story. That's the main problem.
And the best part is that they set it up for a sequel with the ongoing battle between the Templars and the now revived Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
and it's just oh my god, it's just so horrible. And we can jump off of where we just left off for the rewrite. And I'd say, if you want to go first, you play the game. You have far more experience with what the story theoretically should have actually been and what would have made it
I do, but I want to hear yours first.
Okay. For me, the rewrite would have been as simple as this. We play out almost in montage. Because our lead character's ancestor is the one who ultimately obtained the apple and passed it on to somebody to hide it.
Right.
Okay. And I know enough about the game. I know enough about the games that, and spoiler, the apple was eventually given to Christopher Columbus, and it should have been hidden in the Americas, which would have tied in more with the game because there's a revolutionary Assassin's Creed, right?
Yes, there's Revolutionary War Assassin's Creed.
That would have been great if they would have had to come to America to look for it. Mm-hmm. And it was in some random place because Christopher Columbus, instead of burying it with him, hid it somewhere in the New World. But I would have left the movie the same as we've described up until the point where he's talking to who are you going to become, and then talking more with the other assassins. And being told what the apple actually is.
Right.
Because nobody tells them what it is.
No, not at all.
They just, Marion Cotillard just says, we need to find this because it'll rid the world of violence. We'll be able to get rid of violence. That's a good thing. You want to do that, right? And he's kind of like, yeah, I guess so. That sounds good. Let's do it. Play out the beginning of the movie kind of montage style. So we, the audience, know exactly where the apple is. To build up the tension of him talking to the other assassins and them saying, you have the potential to find this, but this is what's going to happen if you help them find this. You're going to lead them right to it, and it's going to be a bad thing. So him deciding to go back in for himself and knowing how to trick the system to fall out of it to get enough information for himself without giving it away. Continue on to a point where, like we talked about, he becomes duplicitous, where he's half his ancestor and half himself. It doesn't overwrite his personality, gets integrated. And then your big finale is he learns where the apple is, but they don't. And then you have the right, like now, like he's sitting with everybody else talking in like the commissary. Now it's time, we need to break out of here so we can go get the apple. They can chase him down, and then you get without any wire work, without any wireframe bullshit, you get them being assassins in the modern world, the Assassin's Creed in the modern world thing going on while they're fighting, trying to get it, doing their spy shit.
That works.
And you could end it with them getting and destroying the apple, but not letting the Templars know that they destroyed the apple, which is a great sequel. So they like the assassins keep doing what they're doing to maintain the illusion that the apple exists to distract the Templars in the future. And you could go on with all these, like you could do like 2 or 3 movies where it's the assassins maintaining the illusion that they have the apple and they're passing around, tossing around, keeping it hidden, even though they know it's been destroyed, and they're sacrificing to distract the Templars and break the Templars' networks down and kill the Templars, kind of thing, you know? Yeah. And at the end of like the third, like we'll say 3 or 4 movies, the end of the 3rd or 4th movie, if you want to make it an infinite trilogy, the Templars figure out a way to reverse engineer it so the assassins hunt them down, or they discover that it's been destroyed, but the Templars have been destroyed by it, like a mutual destruction thing. Mm-hmm. Like the assassins revive their creed, and their goal was to maintain the illusion of the apple still existing while simultaneously destroying the Templars and distracting them with chasing it.
Okay.
You know, and if you want to make it an infinite series of movies, you could go back to the Templars, figure out a way through all the vast amount of money they seem to have, because it seems to be also an allegory for poor versus rich and power structures. You know,
it totally is.
So the Templars found a way to reverse engineer the apple, and now the assassins hunt them down to just destroy them and prevent the unleashing of the. No, this is so stupid. The genetic code for free will. Yeah, that's my rewrite.
Okay.
And all throughout that, because we established what the Animus can do, we sit in one or the other. Mm-hmm. We sit in the past and watch it unfold, or we sit in the present and watch it unfold. And when we're in the past, it's just cool fucking action because you can't change the past. In the present, we do a lot of close-ups, a lot of almost like character examinations of. And you'll be able to see Michael Fassbender gain the clues he needs to move forward without letting them out. Almost, I wouldn't say close-ups on the eyes, but more like he's a good enough actor to convey he's learning things without giving things away. Right. He's the only one that knows what's going on inside of everything that's going on, and he breaks from the simulation when he's got enough, and when they pick up the simulation again, it's after the fact. It's not a continuous line for them, but it's a continuous line for him kind of thing. Like, he's keeping a secret inside of that until he has enough information or is bonded enough with his ancestor to know what's going on, that kind of thing. That's my route.
Nice. I should have gone first. That was way longer than mine's going to be.
No, that's fine.
That's really good. How much of that was improvised and how much of that was like pre-written?
That's all improvised. That's all right now, thinking about it, what makes an actual good story and what also makes for a good series franchise thing with something that you're chasing that you can manipulate.
Shit.
Inside of the story.
Oh, shit. Okay. I've taken improv classes. I should be able to do this. Okay, so I think it's...
So you should come from the viewpoint of what did you want to see as somebody do you love the games?
I do love the games.
I don't know if the games are good. I've just heard great things about them and horrible things about them. So your rewrite should be based on what you wanted to see in a movie or a franchise.
Yeah. First of all, I think it should have been Desmond, who's who in the game is the main character. I forget what Michael Fassbender's character is, but he's definitely not Desmond.
Okay.
He's basically just like an average guy who. Mm-hmm. And I did not actually play the first game, so I don't know what the origin of him being tracked into this. But start off very briefly with him. We start off in his childhood. Immediately show his father as an assassin. Keep the original story actually as his father being killing his mother, because that's an essential part.
Wait, do you want to take a break and come back for part 2 for your rewrite?
Sure.
Okay. So we're taking a break, folks. Get back to your cat videos. Get back to...
Okay, well, welcome back to John and some guy with special guest, Adam. That's me. Hello. Right now we are going to get into my rewrite of these... of the story. Okay, so... Basically, we start off the same. As Strange and... introducing the lead character very quickly. Even though I didn't really like the fact of him being a death row inmate, I still can't think of anything better right now. For right now, let's just say we're going to keep the intro of him being on death row. Of him being on death row, and then at the last minute being saved by by the Abstergo Corporation. Okay, and even keep in all of Maureen Cotillard's like choppy exposition. But no, it's not. But we're gonna have a little more detail. We're gonna set up more who the assassins are.
So we're going with the movie as we saw it. He wakes up with Marie. He wakes up with the hot chick with the short haircut because I am that drunk. And instead of
you can just call it the French chick.
Exposition. We're going to go into the background of the environment that he's in.
Exactly.
Okay. So we're going to know firmly where he's at and what's going on before he does.
Yes.
Okay.
And
then?
Then he goes back into time and goes in the body of, let's say, Fabrizio Valencia, in 14th century Florence, Italy.
And Adam has played some of the games, so he has a little bit more background than I did for my rewrite.
Yes, so we start off in Florence, Italy in the 1400s, and you see him dressed as an assassin, meeting with his assassin brothers. They talk about who their target is, why it is that they want to kill him. Actually, set up what's going on. You then sort of see them sort of basically track this rich nobleman at an opera house. Ends up being
So what we're doing is, instead of the French hot chick telling us what's going on, we're getting his memories telling us what's actually happening.
First the French chick tells us what's going on.
But then when we go back in time, when we stay back in time, we stay in the past. That's what we're watching now. We're watching the past unfold through his memories inside.
I am literally writing this as I say it. So
okay.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
That's a good idea. All right, so we see him. We see Fabrizio and the other, and meet up with the other assassins. They find this rich noble guy. There's a big action scene. They have to fight off a bunch of guards, and they have to use all the cool parkour moves. All awesome action is still there. Finally, when they're just about to kill the other two assassins, are about to kill him, Fabrizio kills both of them first. And it turns out, oh my God, he's actually betrayed the assassins and is actually working for the Knights Templar this entire time.
So he's working for the French chick, not against the French chick.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's a little murky territory because Abstergo kind of different from the Knights Templar.
Okay.
But yeah, he's a Knights Templar.
So he's
one of the bad guys.
His fellow assassins.
Yes.
He's betrayed the creed. Okay.
And so we cut back to modern times where suddenly, wait a second, this doesn't make any sense. He was supposed to be an assassin. Something's going on here. And then we use that to kind of advance the plot a little more. We introduce Michael K. Williams. He kind of goes into more detail. We introduce the idea of the more you go back in time, the more you become that person.
So is Michael K. Williams kind of crazy because of the experience?
Yes.
And Michael Fassbender is...
He comes off like crazy at first, although obviously he's proven completely right.
Okay.
So he's not really crazy because he's right.
Okay.
That's Michael K. Williams in pretty much every one of his movies.
So he's basically... Meikle K. Williams is basically telling Michael Fassbender, you're going to either lose your mind completely or you're going to become a meld of your ancestor and yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Michael K. Williams has lost his mind completely, or he's become that meld?
He's becoming him.
He's becoming him. Because are all of the assassins, or do we get to see, or some, is this the montage where we see all of the assassins that are going to come in later go through the same thing that Michael Fassbender is?
No, not.
We don't see that? Okay.
No, not just yet. It takes time to go back. We introduce Jeremy Irons, the evil bad guy. We get some of him and his motivation for why it's so important that this guy, I'm gonna call him Desmond because that's the name of the character in the video games.
Now, are we going to play
who's Michael Fassbender's main character?
Are we going to play the genetic thing up for everybody through minor flashbacks?
The genetic thing? What do you mean?
is Jeremy Irons' character going to be in the past also? And is he going to be like ancestor down, but not doing the Animus thing? The same kind of person in the past he's going to have to deal with.
Not Jeremy Irons, but he is going to see other assassins.
Okay.
Only people who have actually done it.
This is all from the assassins.
All from the assassins.
Okay.
Yeah. So then finally he goes back in, but this time he's playing as his son, who is trained. His son, we introduce him. He's just a general rapscallion going around the streets of 1400s Italy, hanging out with his schoolyard chums. After his mother is mysteriously killed.
So he's showing off.
Yeah.
And this is in the past.
Yeah, all of his cool free-running kind of parkour skills.
Okay.
All that kind of stuff. He comes back. His mother is killed.
And we've already established that Michael Fassbender is reliving this.
Yes.
But are we cutting back and forth, or we're not?
No, we're not.
Like we start all of this with Michael Fassbender being hooked up to the Animus.
No, once he goes in the Animus, he's in the fucking
Animus. And then we start with Michael Fassbender in the Animus, and we show him doing a little bit of it. Then we fade transition into completely the past and only the past. We don't cut back and forth.
Well, we cut back to just for some of showing the action.
We cut back at the end. And
no, just seeing him do the stuff, do the action.
A little. So you're keeping some of the jumbled framework of the movie, or you're abandoning it?
No, I'm not keeping the jumbled framework of the movie.
Okay, so do we cut back to Fassbender? I'm drunk. Are you drunk?
No.
I'm drunk. So do we cut back to Fassbender when nothing's going on? And then when the action picks up again, we cut back to the past. We don't cut in the middle of the action.
No, we don't cut in the middle of the action.
There we go. Perfect. Okay.
We only cut back when we need to cut ahead in the story time. Sometimes we'll have to cut ahead a few years. Sometimes it's a few months. But for all those kind of giant points, giant points of gaps in the story, we'll cut back out of there, back into the Animus. It's not going to be as much time in the outside world as is. The main story is going to be 2/3 of at least, maybe 3/4 of the story are going to be in. No, 3, because each time when he comes out, it's going to be the signaling of an act change.
Okay,
at the end of the foot.
So we cut back to Fassbender when you're not going to miss any action.
Yeah,
because we established that he's physically actually doing what you're watching, but we're not watching him physically do that. We're in the past watching that happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Exactly. And his mother is killed. He goes on vengeance. He meets this local inventor, a well-respected name by the name of Leonardo da Vinci. He's known Leonardo his whole life, and after his mother's death, he kind of teaches him the truth that he's actually an assassin.
Okay. Leonardo da Vinci is his plot point to say,
to introduce him.
It's not okay that your mother was killed, but your mother was killed for a greater purpose, and you're a part of that greater purpose.
Yes.
And I'm going to help you because I'm with the assassins. I don't actually kill people. I'm kind of their Q. I create their kit. I create their tools.
And from there, he introduces them to the assassin and introduces them to, let's say, Giorgio, who's maybe, let's say, Michael K. Williams' character. Not Michael K. Williams, but someone from
another assassin who's completely become his ancestor and lost himself in it completely.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We won't see his character until later in the movie.
Okay.
And he teaches him the ways. He teaches him how to fight, how to kill people.
Okay.
And from there we have just an opening montage scene. He finally he's trained. He goes after the guy who's supposed who's going to kill his mother. Is going after the guy who killed his mother. He gets a tip on who he is and where it is.
Mm-hmm.
He has to go. Lots of big action scenes. He has to fight off a bunch of guards. Lots of
Now, are these action scenes mixed with deep stealth?
Yes, exactly. Yes, that's another.
So
they didn't really get into the stealth part in the movie, but the stealth is a big part of the action.
So the pacing of this movie is going to seem a little bit off because it's going to be, we'll say, 2 minutes of some guy standing completely still.
No,
or
absolutely no.
Or moving. No. Let me say what stealth is. Standing completely still or moving around a little bit. But we're going to show you why he's doing that.
It's like Batman. We'll see him.
And then it's going to be a burst of action when he sees his opportunity to eradicate everything that's going on around him and then move forward. Yeah.
It's like Batman. He'll pop out of nowhere and surprise his enemies and kill them very quickly.
But
we don't see him hide in there and wait for a few minutes for the guy to come by.
As the audience, we see where he came from and we know where he came from.
Yeah,
as the characters in the movie, he just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and we enjoy that.
Exactly.
That's how it's gonna. That's the setup.
It's not gonna be boring action. It's gonna be good action.
Well, no. I'm not saying boring action. What I'm saying is, as the audience, we know why he's just standing there. We know why nothing's happening. When it happens, we're on the edge of our seats waiting for what we know is going to happen. He's going to dominate the scene. He's going to kill all these guards, and then he's going to move forward. He might move forward into the same thing where he's just kind of standing there, but it's necessary and it's enjoyable because we're doing what what you do in the game.
Yeah.
Adam's Rewrite is more focused on the gameplay in not a bad way as opposed to telling a story because it's based on the game. You have to have those parts of the game in there. So there'll be parts of the movie for the payoff is always going to happen if you think it's slowed down.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of playing stealth games.
Well,
you play stealth games, we're going on a complete aside. You play stealth games so you can sit there and pick your moment to burst out.
What?
And we're going to get that feeling from what we're watching in Adam's Rewrite.
Yes.
And this is going really well. So keep going.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the song, by the way. Who does this?
Stay on target. It doesn't matter who does the song.
Okay. If anybody out there knows who does this song, please let us know. He finally, so intense action scene. Finally, he gets to this mystery man. Turns out, it's his father, who as it turns out is working for the Knights Templar. He convinces him, no, I didn't kill your mother. I'm looking for the man who's tried to kill his mother, and he basically pulls a Darth Vader empire and basically tries to recruit him to the Knights Templar. For a while, he almost kind of.
So has his father switched sides to maintain the Assassin's Creed? Because that's
no, he's still not. He's Knights Templar. His father's at 100% Knights Templar.
His father is Knights Templar.
Yes, 100%.
So his father is the bad guy, but is his father working against the goal of the Knights Templar?
No, he's working for the Knights Templar. He's one of the Knights Templar. Yeah.
Okay. And his father's mission was to infiltrate the assassins to win for the Knights Templar.
Yeah.
But this kid is for the assassins.
Yes.
And that's where the break is. That's where you're.
That's where sort of through flashbacks you see that he didn't really intend to find this other hot lady assassin, his mother, and kind of fell for her and knocked her up. But then still had to end up completing the mission of basically having to find this guy to stop them from to stop them from getting the apple.
I'm gonna have to say this. Your Rewrite is like a 4-hour movie that I want to see and keep going.
Okay,
because this is great.
We're pretty much at the home stretch here.
See what you've painted so far is that our hero is the ultimate hero because he believes in what he's doing, and our villain is the ultimate villain because he believes in what he's doing. as the audience, from what I'm seeing, we don't have a clear choice in who to back. Because everybody seems to have put down that what they want to do is the best thing to do.
Hold on.
And that's good. And that's good. That's a good way to go.
The father talks to his son. He tries to convince him to join. He makes kind of the argument of the Knights Templar that we ask want to control people, we do it for their safety. Look at all the things that humankind does. All the wars and the genocide that humans have done. So because there's no one here to control us.
What you're saying is a conversation and beauty of doing this when we're drunk, beauty of doing this when we're drinking. The father says one of my fundamental questions, which is a great bar question that all of you should ask at some point is it wrong to manipulate somebody to do something that's good for everybody? That's what the father is saying.
Right. Yeah.
The son is saying, no, you shouldn't ever manipulate people, no matter what the end is. But the father is saying, but it's good for everybody.
Exactly.
And so it falls on that manipulation, power, struggle, rich, poor, wrong, right, that whole big thing, yeah.
And so
you're taking it like big and kind of like, well,
there needs to be a basis
omniversal. That's good. Yeah. That's really good.
Thank you.
That's
so
good.
The father almost convinces him, and the last minute he's like, "No, you know what? You're wrong. People need to be free. If we're not free, then life has absolutely no meaning." The father's just like, "Okay, son, I understand how you feel that way." Takes out a dagger, stabs him, throws him off the roof. Now, obviously, this is a really ineffectual way to kill an assassin. So clearly, he doesn't. He makes it, but he's nursed him back. He's found by Leonardo DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo
da Vinci.
No, the father tries to kill the son.
When he doesn't get him to switch sides.
The father tries to kill the son in a very simple way, not realizing, even though he's been inside of it for his own goals, the support system that the son has.
Yes. He doesn't realize how kind of skilled his son is.
He doesn't know.
He stabs him, throws him off the roof, but he's basically able to grab onto the buildings enough that when he break his fall.
Because the father wasn't the father never gave himself up either for spying or for his purpose to the other side.
Exactly.
The father was always a dual agent working for his goals, not understanding the goals of the other side.
Yeah.
So, in a fun kind of, you've actually really blown a lot of actual reality out of the water with this.
Thank you.
And that's really great because the father said, yeah, I think that's cool. I kind of want to try that because I want to be closer to my son to get what I want out of my son. Never being able to understand what his son actually was.
Yeah, exactly.
No, like incapable of understanding what his son actually was, because the father stabs his son, throws his son off the roof, thinking that would kill me.
Yeah,
not knowing that won't kill my son.
Exactly.
Period.
He never really. He studied with the assassins, but he never really learned anything.
Yeah, he didn't learn anything. So, is this one and done, or is this a multi-movie, or is this a franchise?
This is a franchise.
So,
but right now this is like a one-shot story. The one with the Italian guy and.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess theoretically you could go back, but kind of the fun of it is that you can do it set in any time period. And I have another idea for one set in ancient Rome that is more of an origin story that I'd kind of like to do probably as the sequel.
So.
Although I know that's two.
movies
in Italy. That may be too many.
Fucking abandon your cat videos. Because you're about to hear some shit that you actually know.
Yeah, stop watching your cat videos, people.
No.
I think they're already listening.
You're about to hear some shit that you can't hear anywhere else. Because we're going for it. We're going for We're not even going for a rewrite. We're going for the sequel based off of this story.
Yeah.
So let's go for the sequel. Go for it. Go for it, man.
The sequel? I haven't even finished the first movie yet.
No, we're done with the first movie.
Okay.
These are minor pitches. You did sink kind of knee deep into specifics, but these are minor pitches. Let's fucking go for it. First time on Some Guy and John. We're writing a sequel to a rewrite. Go for it. It's on.
Okay.
If you're still fucking here and listening, it's on.
Alright, but you have to help me. You have to write this one with me then, since I didn't know to do a sequel too. And you didn't do a sequel, so you have to do this with me.
No, I wrote a franchise and a 3 or 4 movie trilogy. It's on. So buckle up. If you want to hear what we have to say, there's going to be a lot of bullshit because we are literally making this up as we go along.
Very true.
But I really like Adam's ideas.
Thank you. I like mine
and we're going to throw back and forth and build off of this. This is 2 guys talking shit about what we would like to have seen from the Assassin's Creed movie from a guy who's never played the video games. Trusted Michael Fassbender. Trusted, the hot French chick. Trusted the hot French chick. Trusted Jeremy Irons. Okay? You're fucking drowning in what the essence of Some Guy and John is. Talk about a movie, talk about its problems, talk about its good things, rewrite it, make it better. We're fucking into the sequel zone, so this is going to be completely throwing the ball back and forth, making all this fucking shit up as we go along. Go. Opening of the sequel to the movie that you just wrote.
Oh, shit.
Strong opening. I can throw down, and I'm completely making up.
Okay, let's throw down then.
Okay.
So the movie ends as it does in the beginning in this one with the assassins rebelling in their cells. The other assassins have all who have been sort of minor characters in this in the other one have all kind of revealed themselves. It's like kind of like the Wizard of Oz, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there, and. So all the assassins kind of finally band together. They rebel and they escape. Rebel and escape. Bada bing, bada bing, bada boom.
Okay.
Then the next movie is the last one was 1400s Italy. This time it's the American Revolution. In 1800s America.
Oh, there's going to be so much bullshit, and it is so on. And if you're still here, thank you for abandoning something that I know is immediately cute. Cat videos, bullshit videos that make you think you're learning something, but you're not, because it's all about agenda and bullshit.
Okay, can I just say...
Our agenda is for fun.
I just want to say that I have nothing against people who watch cat videos. I don't watch cat videos, but I get the appeal. They're cute. It relaxes you, takes your mind off of whatever. If you want to watch cat videos, go ahead. Just listen to us first and then watch your cat video. That's what I say on that.
Adam, stay on target.
I am staying on target.
Fuck those cats.
You're the one who started along with the cat videos.
So our last movie ends...
Movie ends with them all, the assassins escaping the prison and going on to continue to fight the fight against the evil Templar organization to keep them from taking over the world.
What year?
Well, this is modern times.
Modern times. Okay. So.
The sequel takes place. I can't decide if it's going to take place in the Revolutionary War or if it goes back in time. And we do more of an origin story and do one in ancient Rome.
No, you don't get to decide because we're throwing this ball back and forth.
Okay, well, you decide then.
This is 100% improv. 100% bullshit. 100%. We're just having fun and we're fucking drunk on the Some Guy and John podcast. And if you've made it this far, buckle up. I'm not going to say you wasted your time, but you might have if you can't keep up, because... Is Adam drunk? You have to answer. You can't shake your head. Guy's drunk. And we're just fucking talking. And we're unprecedented. We're writing a sequel to a rewrite. Okay? So, our movie opens up. And I'm jumping off on, we came from the Renaissance and we're going into the Revolutionary War that established the United States of America. The best, most fucked up example of people being able to do whatever the fuck they want without tradition tying them down. So, I'm opening up with that historic painting and people talking about Washington crossing the Delaware when he's standing up on the boat all noble and all brave. And we open up on that painting with people that you're never going to see for the entire rest of the movie, a tour guide. There's a little known fact about this. Even at this point when Washington was standing on this boat crossing the Delaware, he was issuing orders to his cadre, his people, to get things taken care of. And we open up on that painting. It's beautiful. There's going to be a lot of specifics from my side and a lot of bullshit. There's going to be a lot of this is this scene. There's going to be a lot of this is this idea. Yeah, I'm really fucked up. So we open up on a tour guide talking about this painting. And the tour guide, our tour guide, is an assassin that you will never see again. And she's only an assassin to... This is part of the specifics. Really way deep into all actuality of what's going to actually happen in the story to unfold. Maybe. There are a lot of things that people don't know about George Washington. This is one of those things. Even at this point, when he said we have to cross the Delaware to make this happen for this battle, other things were going on. This is one of those things. He had dispatches to what we would now call in our modern times assassins to eliminate key people in the opposition. We're going to fade beautifully CGI style into George Washington on crossing the Delaware in that famous picture and painting, walking back, talking to an assassin, him jumping off the boat, swimming through the water, hitting up the regulars, and not taking out the leaders.
That's the redcoats, by the way.
Yes. Hitting up the regulars and the redcoats, not taking out the leaders. Because there's always somebody ready to step up and take the position of leadership, taking out their second and third lieutenants.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And we're going to have a montage. And this montage is going to show how he knew not to take out the head of the snake because there's always somebody to take that up, taking out the second and third in commands, to completely throw all that into disarray, because at the actual time, the leader of an army wasn't the leader of an army. He was a figurehead.
Yeah.
So, George Washington, in his wisdom, with the work of our assassins in this story, knew to take out the people behind the figurehead, so the figurehead would fuck everything up.
What?
Back to you, Adam.
Back to me. Okay.
And we're set in revolutionary times.
He's set in revolutionary times. He comes back, and he kind of goes back to George Washington, kind of reports to him. Turns out he's kind of distrusted because he is Navajo, or what was the tribe that was around that would have been historically accurate.
You don't have to go that deep, but if you want to, you have to know it, so you can't because you don't.
Okay, whatever the Indian tribe was that is local to. Where is this movie going to take place? It's the Revolutionary War.
It's going to take place on the East Coast.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
On the East Coast of the original 13 colonies. Whichever tribe that is, that's the one. That he is, obviously. And so he is trusted by the other men, but what Washington, in his wisdom, kind of knows, and we kind of get a little more backstory on Washington's history with the assassins, this
doesn't have to take place in a specific time period.
Okay.
You tasked me with the opening scene.
I know. I'm kind of tapped out here.
Do you want me to take the rest of this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'll chime in.
Okay. Chime in with the questions. We're completely off book here in unexplored territory. We're writing a sequel to a rewrite based off of a horribly shitty movie. I am not drunk enough to apologize, but I can say, if you listen to this entire thing, it's going to be way more fun than It's going to be way more fun than actually watching the fucking movie Assassin's Creed.
That's true. This is way more fun than Assassin's Creed. Go ahead.
So, we've got our painting in big broad strokes here. The American Revolution. General George Washington issuing orders to a foreigner who has the tools to make this happen. We're standing on the back of the Age of Enlightenment, the age of the birth of science, looking at what happens to determine what can happen, as opposed to fucking praying, hoping it happens. The Templars are financially deeply based, so they have that quote-unquote magic power of money. But the assassins have been fighting them for hundreds of years to keep the secret to control humanity out of their hands. George Washington doesn't care about that.
Who's the main character? Who is this assassin? I don't think we've even given him a name yet. Who is he?
I don't need names because I paint in really broad strokes.
That's just an example. I mean, you don't have to say what his name is, but who is he?
Give him a name. We're doing this together.
We're
doing this together. So give him a name if he needs to have a name.
Running Bear.
Okay, so Running Bear. So, okay, he's a Native American.
Yeah.
Assassins for...
Although it wouldn't have been Running Bear because they wouldn't have been historically accurate. So it would be something very long that's shortened to something that's shortened. So
we are off target. Adam is completely on target. He's mixing the two up. So give me a name and we'll use that name and I'll use it for the rest of my story. He will be our main character and he relates back to what we established in the first movie, that we're watching this unfold without the ability to change it.
His name is too long to pronounce, so everybody just calls him John.
All right, boys, we're wrapping up.
Okay.
10?
10 what?
10 more?
Minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, for that Camel Wide.
All right. Give it to him.
Yeah, you guys are my people.
Sweet.
Here's the beauty of doing our podcast live in a bar.
Nah, you guys are my dudes.
Yeah, we got it.
Kyle would be like, get the fuck out now. But I have a little bit of... I have love for you.
I could push on Kyle.
I've always had love for you, buddy.
You're a lot cooler than Kyle.
So, folks, we got a 10-minute timeline to wrap this up, or a cigarette's worth of timeline. So, our assassin is part of a 1,000-year-old bloodline that's tasked with keeping the secret to controlling humanity out of people who want to control humanity's hands. He just, at this point in time, he happens to be working for George Washington inside of the Revolutionary War to create an entire country where he is free because he's free of all the bullshit of the old world.
Right.
He is not evil. He may come off as that because he has a goal that, apart from this, George Washington is literally using him as a tool to win this war. He has just eliminated the second and third in command of the invading armies, the controlling armies, and Adam is going to chime in with where the story goes now. No questions, story.
Who is the villain?
The villain is the British Empire.
The villain is, but I need that to be symbolized by a main character.
No.
That's still your letter? It's still your letter.
The villain is the British Empire, who is backed and supported by and is part of the Templars. Because we're keeping this an overall story, we're chiming in with historical accuracy and abandoning it for our story simultaneously.
Alright, so at this point it's basically his mission running, the things he has to do for his mission, him constantly running into historical figures. At one point, he has to participate in the British Tea, in the Boston Tea Party.
He's the one that initiates the British.
He initiates
the Boston Tea Party because he wants to establish a country where assassins can live freely.
Exactly.
Inside of and be public figures.
Yeah, the Knights Templar have their roots heavily embedded in the British Empire,
and we can take this bigger. The assassins are born and backed by the Renaissance, science-based reality, the New World. The Templars are the Old World, control. The assassins are the New World, freedom. And yes. that's your juxtapose. Washington is born of the old world, wants the New World, and is stuck inside of exploring all this. But he wants his country to be born. The assassin also wants his country to be born for his own reasons. Exactly. Their reasons differ.
True.
And we can jump through hundreds of years of time where the assassins have been. I can literally take this from here on out, but I don't want to.
Okay, so what should we jump to first?
Oh God, Blue!
Isn't that amazing?
Tired old perv.
We can jump to the Industrial Revolution, where we've already established a nation that patents things, but we can have our assassin kill somebody who's going to patent something that shouldn't be patented.
Something to advance the cause of the Knights Templar.
Something that can advance the new world.
Yeah.
For the assassin's goals, which also happens to coincidentally advance the goals of the current political system.
And this takes us into our third act.
Okay.
Where
now, do you want to jump all the way up to now? And reality versus opinion, or do you want to keep?
Yeah, we probably.
Do you want to keep it back?
I think we pop in and out, kind of intercut.
Okay.
Show us kind of where we are now, and we're gonna figure out kind of where to take it from there.
Okay. I mean, I can do both specific shot, angle, all that, and I can do big overarching story.
Let's do big overarching story.
We can take big, huge steps. All throughout history, when people learn about history, everybody wonders why people didn't make money off of things. Our assassins can come in to further the goal of freedom and the spread of knowledge for their goal of keeping the ability to physically deny human beings the ability to make choices for themselves out of the hands of the Templars. And the Templars being you can paint this big picture of the establishment, what people kind of loosely agree with, even though they don't like it, is the Templars. what people want to happen, what people want the way the world to be. That's the best.
The Assassins.
The best outcome for everybody is the Assassins, and you can paint that all throughout history. If you want to tie it down to specific figures, you can say Abraham Lincoln was part of the Assassin's Creed. The people who assassinated him were the Templars.
But Andrew Jackson was definitely a Templar.
I don't know enough about Andrew Jackson to talk about that.
He was a very shitty president.
You've tossed it to me, and I'm going to take, like I said, I'm going to take big jumps. We can say John F. Kennedy was part of the Assassin's Creed. The Templars had him assassinated. We can say Martin Luther King.
Nixon, definitely a Templar.
Was part of the Assassin's Creed. Nixon was born of both. We'll say in a weird, twisted way on half because he opened up trade for money for the Templars, but he unwittingly opened up the flow of new ideas from an entirely different country for the Assassins.
And he founded the EPA.
Yeah.
That's a very anti-Templar thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, we're in complete fucking la-la land now. But I'll say...
a good movie we should see.
I'll say we've opened it up so far that I'm literally gonna be a complete dick. And I'm gonna say, fuck you if you don't have something to say in the comments on this.
Please comment, is what I would say.
Because inside of being a complete dick, I'm pulling really hard. The more comments you post on this, the more people are going to see it. And the more likely we are to talk about it more in the future. And the more likely that is, the better it's going to get.
Please comment, listener, because odds are you probably are the only one who's listened all the way through this. And we thank you for that.
Yeah.
But please comment, share, like, add, subscribe.
Let us
know your ideas.
Fucking post a link to your rewrite. Post a link to your fan fiction, because this is all talking about what we saw from two completely different viewpoints. I watched it as a movie, it fucking sucked. Adam watched it as somebody who played the games, it fucking sucked.
Yeah.
If you have a better rewrite of just the story without all the franchise and the infinite bullshit, post a link to it. I will hit it up. Adam will hit it up, and we'll see where it goes. We're done with this movie for now. This is the end of Some Guy and John, minus John with special guest Adam for tonight.
Hooray!
But there are other movies that are coming up, and there are other infinitely shitty movies. We got John Wick. Sorry, John Wick wasn't a shitty movie. John Wick, the sequel, is going to be good. I have faith.
But we have the sequel of the next Underworld movie.
We have the Underworld movie coming out. We have
the next Resident Evil movie.
Resident Evil. Fuck yeah. Infinite Zombies. Fucking going for that shit. That's all coming up.
That's going to be all terribly awful.
And all the Marvel movies.
Wonderfully terrible.
All that going on. We're knee-deep in... We're knee-deep in shameless self-promotion. Hit us up. We want to hear. Technology gives us the ability to have you here with us, but if you're going to come with us and do this journey, you got to be drinking. No, you got to be drinking.
Oh yeah, and also
you got to be drinking because we can do a live feed. You can get it on it, but you got to be drinking.
Absolutely. So have one on us.
We want the truth of how you feel for the fun of how you feel with what we're talking about.
Because it's funner that way.
And we're going to end that. That's the end of Some Guy and John.
The special guest Adam.
Oh,